Why does your brain violently panic over a single $100 grocery receipt, yet remains completely indifferent to 10 isolated $9.99 automated monthly fees? Every single month, millions of high-earning young professionals open their banking apps on payday, expecting a highly comfortable, massive financial surplus. Instead, they discover an invisible web of micro-deductions that quietly dissolved their primary savings potential before they could allocate a single dollar. This is not a personal failure of willpower, but a highly sophisticated, calculated psychological trap engineered directly by Silicon Valley behavioral experts. By deliberately erasing the cognitive friction of payment, these corporate subscription systems bypass your brain's natural spending defense mechanisms entirely. If you leave this video right now, your hard-earned cash flow will continue to suffer from these hidden financial leaks indefinitely. To understand how this systemic consumer exploitation operates, we must first analyze a crucial behavioral metric known as the Transaction Utility Friction Index. Behavioral economics demonstrates that parting with physical cash creates an immediate, highly measurable neurological pain signal inside the human brain's insula. However, when a service provider transitions your card to automated recurring billing, that immediate psychological friction is completely and permanently erased. Psychologists refer to this dangerous phenomenon as decoupled consumption, where the initial joy of possession is completely separated from the reality of expense. Because you never actively authorize the subsequent monthly extractions, your subconscious mind falsely registers these ongoing transactions as costing absolutely $0. Think of your personal capital as a home environment controlled by a central financial thermostat that suddenly experiences a series of microscopic cracks. A single microscopic vent leaking air seems completely harmless, but collectively they drop the entire baseline pressure of your financial house to zero. The most terrifying aspect of this capitalistic mechanism is that these micro-drains drain your wealth without ever triggering your primary psychological alarm. This engineered blindness paralyzes your long-term wealth accumulation velocity, ensuring your account balance stagnates despite working longer, harder hours every single week. To break this cycle, we must expose how multi-billion-dollar corporations exploit specific lifestyle inflation vectors to turn temporary conveniences into permanent liabilities. The exploitation always begins with the classic premium introductory offer, a psychological gateway designed to cultivate instant behavioral dependence. Corporate systems intentionally capitalize on human cognitive inertia, knowing full well that 80% of consumers will completely forget to cancel before expiration. Once that initial automated transition occurs, the consumer enters a state of passive financial compliance that corporations exploit for fiscal quarters. They calculate that the physical effort required to log in and cancel exceeds the perceived immediate psychological pain of losing another $9.99. This calculated optimization of consumer laziness allows modern lifestyle inflation to compound silently, locking you into an artificial cycle of paycheck-to-paycheck survival. Recognizing this behavioral pattern is your very first step toward reclaiming total optimization dominance over your monthly personal cash flow. By understanding the precise mechanics of decoupled consumption, you can intentionally deploy targeted counter-strategies to permanently seal these invisible wealth-draining leaks. We are about to reveal the exact mathematical impact of these micro-deductions, alongside a revolutionary behavioral brain hack you can apply immediately. If you want to upgrade your financial intelligence and permanently seal the invisible leaks draining your capital, hit the subscribe button right now to master the unseen mechanics of modern money. To fully comprehend the long-term destructive power of decoupled consumption, let us examine a strict 10-year financial velocity comparison between two identical professionals. Consumer A maintains a seemingly harmless network of 8 active digital services, completely ignoring how lifestyle inflation silently drains their primary wealth-building capital. Conversely, Consumer B aggressively deploys a behavioral expense tracker to instantly identify and permanently eliminate every single recurring micro-deduction from their monthly ledger. Instead of feeding corporate ecosystem subscriptions, Consumer B redirects that exact same recovered capital directly into a low-cost index fund, compounding at 8% annually. After exactly 10 years of this passive behavioral divergence, a massive, highly devastating $24,500 gap in pure net worth opens between them. While Consumer A wonders why their primary asset accumulation remains completely frozen, Consumer B has successfully secured a highly powerful liquid capital foundation. This stark divergence highlights how modern entertainment and software conglomerates intentionally design their platforms to extract maximum lifetime value from your psychological blind spots. Every single microtransaction you passively authorize represents a direct sacrifice of your future leverage, equity, and absolute long-term financial sovereignty. The economic system is explicitly optimized to reward platforms that maximize consumer frictionlessness, while punishing individuals who remain in a state of passive compliance. Silicon Valley corporations do not just want your monthly capital. They aggressively harvest your behavioral compliance to secure highly predictable future revenue streams. When you allow multiple automated services to manage their own billing cycles, you effectively surrender the primary control of your household asset velocity. This systemic leak can be accurately defined as a cumulative subscription tax, an artificial financial friction that keeps the working class permanently dependent. To completely reverse this psychological paralysis, you must transition immediately from a state of passive economic consumption to active environmental control. To achieve this optimization dominance, we must introduce a highly scientific, permanent environmental defense mechanism known as the manual recoupling protocol. The first step of this protocol requires you to completely and permanently delete all saved credit card credentials from automated browser autofill databases. By transforming every single recurring automated platform service into an explicit manual invoice alert, you intentionally reintroduce the healthy psychological pain of spending. This forced environmental barrier guarantees that every 30 days, your brain's insula is actively re-engaged, compelling you to manually authorize the transaction. During this mandatory behavioral pause, your subconscious mind is forced to evaluate the true utility of the service rather than defaulting to compliance. If a particular service has not provided measurable lifestyle optimization over the past month, the manual protocol allows you to cancel instantly. By establishing this strict authorization gatekeeper, you effectively reverse the decoupled consumption trap and instantly reclaim complete dominance over your monthly capital. Your immediate action step is to open your digital wallet tomorrow morning, audit your active permissions, and locate at least 3 platforms. Execute the manual recoupling protocol on those 3 secondary platforms to immediately break the corporate behavioral loop and freeze your financial leaks. Do not allow Silicon Valley behavioral engineering systems to quietly dictate the velocity and long-term trajectory of your personal net worth building. Reintroduce the necessary friction, take back your cognitive spending defense mechanisms, and permanently secure the capital that belongs entirely to your future. Master the unseen psychology of money, execute the protocol tomorrow morning, and join Economecha right now to permanently upgrade your long-term financial intelligence.